Good morning, everyone. I heartily welcome you to the fourth session of letter writing. That is the parts of letter. Parts of the letter. Every letter has 5 parts. Every letter has how many parts? 5 parts. Either a formal letter or informal letter. Every letter has 5 parts. That is, one part is heading, second part is greetings or salutation, and third part is body of the letter, and fourth part is subscription, and fifth part is superscription. So in this video, I want to explain only 2 parts. That is the heading and salutation. Heading and salutation. Here heading consists 3 parts. Heading consists how many parts? 3 parts. One is sender's address, second one date, and third one receiver's address. Every heading consists how many parts? 3 parts. That is the sender's address, date, receiver's address. Sender address means what? One who sends a letter to some other person is called sender. For example, if I send a letter to my friend Vasu, I am the sender. Or if I send a letter to my college principal, what is that? I am the sender. In place of the sender address, you have to write the name of the sender. You have to write his house number, and you have to write his colony name and the city or town where he lives. For example, I am writing here sender address here B. Ramesh. Here house name 7/8 Gandhi Nagar, Narsannapeta. That's enough. Only 4. One is a name, house number, colony. Nothing but next one is a city. This is the sender address. So in some occasions, in earlier we need not to write the name. Now also we need not to write name, or you can write sender's name, or you can reveal the sender's name. If you want to reveal the sender's name, you can write sender's name, no problem. If you don't want to reveal the sender name, in place of sender name, you can write intus. Okay. So in new format, you can mention sender name, but in exam point of view, nothing but some old lectures are attending paper valuation. They still addicted to the old methods. So better to write intus in place of sender's name. In your textbook also, in secondary textbook, there is no into box. He has given name. He has given name of the sender. You can follow 2 things, no problem. That is the sender address. Next one is date. Date should be full form. Date should be mentioned in full form. Full form means 14 August 2020. 14 August 2020 or August 14, 2020. This is the full form of the date. In every letter, we have to write a full form of the letter, but don't write short form of the date. Here, short form of the date is 14th/8/2020. You should not write like this. And another short form of date is 14th.08.2020. This is also short form. And the one 14th/08/2020. So we should avoid writing short form of the date. short form of the date. We have to write a full form like this only. 14th August 2020 and August 14th. What is that? 2020. This is the date. This is the date. And the third part in the heading is receiver's address. Receiver's address. Receiver address means what is that? One who receives a letter from other person is called receiver. Is called receiver. Sender means one who sends a letter is a sender. Receiver means one who receives a letter. What is that? Receiver. Is it clear? Suppose I write a letter to my father is receiver. My father is a receiver. Or if I write a letter to the sub-inspector of police, who is that? Receiver. In place of the receiver address, you have to write the position of the receiver. Position of the receiver, nothing but designation of the receiver. Designation of the receiver and his working place. Second one is his working place. Third one is city. Third one is a city. For example, if you write a letter to the principal, the college name, Sri Sampath Sai Junior College, Sri Sampath Sai Junior College, where it is? Narsanapeta. That's enough. So one is the receiver's designation, nothing but a principal, and working place, nothing but Sri Sampath Sai Junior College. Third one city means Narsanapeta. Suppose if you write a letter to your uncle, what is that? My dear uncle. Uncle's name. Your uncle name and name and the position. What is that? Another one is village, post, and mandal, and district, and pin code. Okay. So this is the receiver address. And this type of address, receiver's address can be written in only formal letters, informal letters. And I said the name of the receiver and the house number, and another one is village name, post name, mandal, district, and sometimes state also, and pin code. This type of address is written in informal letter. Is it clear? Receiver's address. This is a receiver's address. The second part of the letter is salutation or greeting. Salutation or greetings. Why should we write a salutation or greetings in the letter? Because to show our politeness to the receivers, we have to mention greetings and salutation in letter. Every letter, either formal and informal. Is it clear? To show politeness. The purpose of writing salutation in the letter is to show politeness. So the salutation in formal letter. Salutation in formal letter is sir or madam. Sir. What is that? Sir. In formal writing we have to write salutation sir. Second one is madam, and third one is sir or madam. So when the receiver is male, you can write sir. When the receiver is a female, you have to write madam. When the receiver is unknown to you, nothing but you don't know whether it female or male. Whether receiver is female or male, you can write sir or madam in place of the salutation in formal letters. Or in informal letters, you have to write what is that? My dear father, or dear brother. My dear father or dear father. My dear father or dear brother or my dear brother or dear your friend Your friend's name, suppose Haris, dear Haris, dear Haris. This is the solidation. Is it clear? So formal letters, in formal letter solidation is sir, madam or sir or madam. In informal letter, what is it? My dear father or dear father, or my dear brother or dear brother, my dear Giris, your friend name, my dear Sarala, no problem, you can write it. So this is a solidation. Every greeting and solidation has two more parts, that is a subject line and a reference. Subject line and a reference. Subject line is mentioned in formal letters. Subject line mentioned in where? Formal letters. Whereas reference also mentioned in formal letter only for job letters. Nothing but letters for job application. So subject line means it is very important in writing what is that formal letters. Subject line must be 5 to 6 words. Subject line must be 5 to 6 words. It should not be lengthy. It should be a short one. Nothing but in one line. That is 5 to 6 words. So the purpose of mentioning subject line is to reduce the effort of the reader, to save the time of the reader. As it is mentioned in official letters, as we are sending a letter to the job holders, officials, they don't have enough time. To read entire the letter what you sent on some purpose. So we have to mention the subject line. After reading the subject line of the letter, they could understand the purpose of writing letter, and they could understand what is that the content of the entire letter, entire letter. Then they could do some kind of a favor to you after reading the letter. Is it clear what I am saying? So subject line's purpose is, after reading subject line, they could understand the entire content of the letter. They need not to read the entire letter, the body of the letter. Is it clear? Because they don't have much time to read all the letters. What are sent to officials. So this is the purpose of the subject line. Subject line must be 5 to 6 words, not sentences. 5 to 6 words. And subject line is must be written to only formal letters. Must be written in only formal letters. For example, if you write a letter to the principal for getting TC and contract certificate and bona fide certificate, so the subject line must be here, requesting him to issue TC, bona fide and conduct certificates. That's enough. Requesting to issue bona fide, TC and conduct certificate. Bona fide, TC, conduct certificate. That is, suppose if you write a letter to the municipal commissioner complaining about the bad condition of your roads. So what is that? Complaining about a bad condition of the roads in your locality. This is the subject line. And last one, reference. Reference means it should be written for only job letters. Letters for job application. What should be written? A reference. It should not be written all the letters. Informal. It is only mentioned for job letters. What is the reference? In place of the reference, we have to write where you see the notification, job notification. So you often see job notifications in newspapers, on internet, and TVs. You have to write in place of reference where you see the notification. If you see the notification in a newspaper, you have to mention it. If you see notification in internet, you have to mention it. You have to mention the site. A TV, you have to mention the program or the channel. That's enough. Is it clear? And the example for reference is you have to write the things in the reference is the advertisement for the post of lecturer in maths. This is the reference. The advertisement for the post of lecturer in the maths, lecturer in maths in the Hindu. Where you could notice the notification, the Hindu newspaper, on which date? On dated 01/8/2020. Is it clear? 1st August 2020. This is. For example, if you want to mention other type of references, the advertisement for the post of assistant manager in the DC, nothing but Deccan Chronicle, on dated 5th August 2020. 5th August 2020. This is the reference. So we will meet again in the next session. Thank you.